Okay, I'm here. Hi. We're going to give it a couple of minutes. YouTube may not be working as is. Okay. You better. Hello. There you guys are. How are you? I'm just going to set up. I'm ending up using my phone instead of my iPhone. Using my phone. All good. Hi guys. Glad to see you. Hi Karen. Hi Pamela. So happy to see you. Hi Marilyn. The usual suspects. You guys make me so happy every time I log in here, for sure. So we got 3 more minutes before we get rolling. Today, really, you just need you need a mat. That is it. We're going to stay on the floor for the most part. Let's see what this looks like. Hi, Barbara. So glad you're here. That's probably better. Okay. Hi there, Ted. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more minutes here and then we'll get rolling. If you're just coming in, literally you need you and a mat. We're going to stay on the floor for most of the time. Hi, Elizabeth. Today really is truly about recovery. Hi, Deirdre. Okay, while we wait this last minute before I get rolling, my name is Lee Gavarkos. This is June 2nd, 2020, Recovery 101. The idea about Recovery 101 is we nourish our bodies and give our bodies and our brain a moment to just feel good. I think given the circumstances here in North America, over the last 3 months certainly, but over the last week, it is a good moment to collectively sit down, find our breath, find our endorphins, listen to our heart beating. In solidarity with my brothers and sisters of color, I am following the music industry's suggestion, and it is music blackout today, heartbeat today. I'm going to focus more on mobility and static stretching, which usually I spend the last little bit of class paying attention to static stretching, which is just relaxing through your muscles. But we're going to spend a lot more time with that. The benefits being that not only does it feel good while we're doing it, but when you are done, you will have had an opportunity to just sit with your thoughts. It is like a moving meditation somewhat. And so hopefully some anxiety reduction happens as well. And what I'm hoping is, in an effort to make ourselves feel take care of ourselves and to make ourselves feel good, we can collectively send that out to the people around us. So we will begin. If you have a hard time sitting on the floor and you would like to sit on a yoga block or sit on a cushion, that's absolutely acceptable. If you've got layers of clothes, maybe keep them on initially today at first, and then see if you warm up, you can start to shed some clothing at that point. You want to sit right on top of your sits bones. So pull your bum right out from underneath there until you feel those bony protrusions underneath there. And from there, you're going to stack your vertebra one on top of the next until you're sitting in your best posture. This is a challenging position for a lot of us, especially if we're kind of creaky from not having moved. Hi, Lynn. So by the end of this class, you should feel like it's a lot easier just to sit in this position. But it's going to take some work to get there. So first thing I want you to do is close your eyes and just listen to your breath. Listen to your heartbeat. Put your hand on your heart if you need to feel it. And see if you can start lengthening your breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And notice when you exhale through your mouth and your ears pick up that noise, your muscles get another signal to relax. So 3 more big breaths, focusing on where are you tense today. I'm really tense in my facial muscles. I'm really tense in my neck and my upper back. So when I breathe deeply today, I'm going to really focus on those areas and allow them to relax. So inhaling. Inhale. And one more time. And already I find that's lightening my load. So I will talk about breathing this hour, but even when I don't, I want you to try and connect your movement to your breath and see if you can find that happy synergy there. So inhaling, exhaling, just dropping your chin to your chest. Inhaling up, ears above the shoulders. Exhaling, dropping your chin to your chest. Notice as you drop your chin to your chest, you're going to need to pull your belly button back to your spine 2 more times, inhaling up to support your spine. We don't want your spine to relax or round right now. Exhaling, chin down. And 1 more time, inhale. And exhale. Hi, Sandy, I see you. Chin down. Just shake your head no, right here. Let all the kinks in the back of your neck work their way out. And I have a lot of crackling myself. Bring your chin center. And on your inhale, allow your ears to float right above your shoulders. And we're going to take one ear to one shoulder. And notice that, do your shoulders try to shift to accommodate that? The idea is that nothing moves but your head. And if you notice, my head's not going very far. Inhale up. Stay lifted through the torso. Exhale to the other side. And 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale. And 1 more time. And exhale. We're going to start to move down your body, but first let's give your hips just a little bit of a break. Bring your hands down for support. Just bring your knees up and let them open. So supported, not really having to deal with your core muscles right now, but just moving up the hip joint. I'm not going to hold you in this position for a ton more time for now, but a couple more exercises. And one more, leave the knees open, sit back up and roll your shoulders up and around and back and down. So forward, spread the shoulder blades, back, pinch the shoulder blades. Keep going, I'm gonna get rid of my long sleeve shirt. Spread the shoulder blades and back, pinch the shoulder blades. And 2 more times. And 1 more time. Beautiful, let your arms float up, let the palms face the ground, bring your hands in front, touch your thumbs, squeeze the shoulder blades to bring the hands slightly behind your shoulders so you feel an opening through the front of your chest, still sitting up tall. Shoulder blades apart, shoulder blades together. 2 more. Building a little bit of movement through your shoulder joint just in one direction. Your shoulders move all the way around. And beautiful. Let the arms slide up, touch the thumbs. Let the pinkies come back down to the floor. Try to keep your body very still. Inhale up and exhale down. And 2 more times. Inhale up. And notice that as your shoulders begin to loosen up, your neck starts to feel better. And 1 more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Place one hand on the ground. Put pressure into it. Press both sits bones into the floor and come over to the side. And light and heavy falling over to the other side. Pay attention to your fingertips for a second. Are you tensing them? If you are, I want you to wiggle them a little bit. Let that tension free you. And over. And if you notice your movement isn't so big right now, you just woke up probably, and that will change. And let's do 2 more. So not really actively holding this right now, just kind of moving through your joints to increase your range of motion so that it does become easier to sit and hold our positions. And release, bring your knees in, lace your hands behind your thighs, inhale. As you exhale, round your back, tuck your chin. So you got that neck stretch again, and it's going all the way down your back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, rocking off your sits bones, rounding your back, pulling your belly button up underneath your rib cage. And inhale, and just enjoy the sound that that exhale makes. It's like your own music. And inhale up. And 1 more time, exhaling, stay right here. Hang on tight and just shake your head no again. Allowing that stretch to be a little bit bigger through your neck now. Drop your chin right in the middle, inhale, and come back up. Let the knees float up. You're going to scrunch your shoulders. I don't know if that's a word, scrunch. Up by your ears. Make a fist, make a bicep. Tighten your chest and back. Tighten your facial muscles. And as you exhale, allow all the tension to drip out of your arms, out of your face, out of your shoulders towards the ground. So again, inhale, tightening. This is an excellent strategy to use when you have a stressful moment and you feel those muscles in your upper back and neck just start to clench some more, and the automatic reaction to that is actually release. So squeeze, tighten, and release. And 1 more time. Hi, Justin. Squeeze, hi, Sharon. and release. Beautiful. Place your hands on your shins. Try to keep your spine long, and you're just going to rock forward and come back up. So if I turn sideways for you here, I'm not rounding. What I'm trying to do is open up through my hips. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. And let's do 2 more. And allowing yourself to take this time and really kind of nourish your brain and your muscles and your soul is important. And it's the thing that we blow off the most. One more time. Oh my goodness. And release. I could have done that one for a while. And now, bring your knee in, bring your knees out. A couple more times. Bring your knees in, bring your knees out, and 2 more. In. So it should feel like it's getting a little bit looser there. And one more time, in, and bring your knees out. You're going to go ahead and swing one leg behind you. You've got about a 90-degree angle in both knees. Flex your ankles, and you're simply going to push your hip toward your shin. And now you're going to crease your hip. This knee might pop up. So butt cheek lifts up, and butt cheek reaches towards the ground. Mine's not quite touching. And up, lifting through your belly, and down, and 2 more. Squeezing, lifting up, and releasing, and one more time. Squeezing, lifting up. From here, walk your hands behind your thighs. Keep your chest elevated, and now walk your hands in front of your knee and your shin. So behind, find a little rotation, pull back in the belly, not getting really big just yet. Feel that lovely opening starting to happen in your hip flexors. Come center. 2 more. Up. Squeeze your bum. Come center. And one more time. And come center. Beautiful. And swing your leg back around. Keep your legs hip distance a little wider than hip distance apart. Let your toes point to the ceiling. Take your hands behind you. And you are going to just play chase. One knee goes over, other knee follows. So a slightly different version of what you just did in that S position. Really rolling through those hips. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. We're going to stay right here. Allow this leg to swing behind. So again, hip reaching toward the shin till you feel a little length here. Squeezing here and release back down. This knee can pop right on up. That's okay. Support yourself and release back down. And 2 more times. Do like 10 more times. And release back down. And 1 more time right here. Take both hands behind your thigh, behind you for a second. Keep your belly pulled up against your spine. And now take that over your knee and shin. So behind, continuing to squeeze right there. And center. And 2 more. And notice that when the movement starts to feel a little more intense, your automatic tendency is to hold your breath. That's totally normal. Fight or flight response. And release. Bring the legs a little bit wider and start that game of chase 1 more time. And what you have to do is consciously bring yourself back into a nice, deep breathing pattern. And you'll notice that on the exhale, what's making it feel intense is probably easing up and releasing a little bit. 2 more. And beautiful. Bring the feet together. Okay, so putting one foot, I don't really care where, getting your other foot where you can reach it. Really quickly, I want you just to kind of pull through your toes just a little bit, paying attention to your feet just for a second. And now curl the toes down so you give them a little massage down this way. We ignore our feet, and they are the baseline of how we react to the earth. And pull your toes back and push your toes forward. And just take your toes and spread them apart. Big toe from second toe from third toe, from fourth toe, from fifth toe. And go, go all the way back up to your big toe. Beautiful. And then one more thing. Just kind of take your knuckles and massage on the inside of your arches. Go with the arch. And notice your foot just kind of moving in happiness because you're paying attention. And go against the muscle fibers in your arch. And then while we're here, you're going to take your hands and just kind of wring out around your ankle. So kind of massaging the fascia all around your ankle. And what happens is, if we can release some of that, then your muscles and your joints are more open. So take the leg out. Roll through your ankle, see what happens. And let's set yourself up for the other foot. So again, just sort of pushing the toes down, and prop it up here, massaging down, and then pulling back up. Beautiful. Push the toes down. How often do you give yourself the opportunity and pull the toes back up to give a little love to all parts of your body, including your feet, your fingers and your hands? And two more. Push the toes down and pull the toes back up. You want to really push against that big toe joint. We talk about that in this class a lot. And down and back up. Pull the big toe from the second toe, second and third, third and fourth, fourth and pinky, and go right back up to your big toe. Deliciousness. Okay. Just prop your foot up, take your knuckles, and massage out the arch of your foot. Really get into, if you feel like a little hot spot, just rub it in there for a second. And now go side to side. So kind of cross the fiber of the muscle in your arch. And on your ankle, take your hands and just wring out around your ankle. And you can extend the leg and roll through your ankle like so. Go the other way. And that should feel so delicious. Excellent. Okay. Come to a kneeling position with your knees out wide and your feet together. Take your hands in front. So starting to move a little bit bigger, we're going to inhale and shift your shoulders over your fingertips. Exhale, bring your bum back to your heels. So this is called a hip rock. This is a dynamic movement. Dynamic just implies that we're not really holding a position, and when we're working dynamically, we are focusing on the joints. So shoulders and wrists, hips and knees right now. It should feel really good. And each repetition should feel like you're able to get a little bit bigger. Let's do one more. And then we're going to take this position and just hold. So drop your head to the ground. Allow your fingers to reach out. Pull against your floor. So you get a nice opening through the shoulder, the chest, the lats. Because your knees are open, you should be able to get your bum on your heels. Don't worry if it doesn't quite get down there. We'll work our way there. If you do have knee issues, you can move your bum up and knee. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. And if you can't get your forehead on the floor, put your pillow right there. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more big breaths just like that. Inhale. More than likely, nobody can hear you. So big exhale through your mouth and notice what happens to your muscles as you exhale. And let's do 2 more like that. Inhaling. Matt Walters. And exhale. And one more time, inhaling. And exhaling. And now we're going to move it around a little bit again. Lift your head, walk your hands to the corner. So I'm right on the inside of this knee here, and my back arm is, instead of across my body, I'm going to keep it right out in front of my shoulder and drop my head again. So what I'm going to really kind of start to feel is the side of my back start to wake up. So inhaling, walk around, drop your head. Inhaling, walk around, drop your head. And one more time, inhaling, walk around, and drop your head. Oh my goodness, how good does that feel? Come center. If you have knee issues, you're gonna stay right here. If you don't have knee issues, bring your knees together and sit with your heels on your bum just for a second. And notice that you feel the front of your shin, the front of your ankle, and the top of your foot all talking to you just a little bit. And that is simply because those are muscles and they are now relaxing, which is not a bad thing at all. So deep breath in. It may not be comfortable for you. It's so uncomfortable for me. But the types of shoes that we put ourselves in all the time really kind of lock us up through our feet and our ankles. And we have to really pay attention to all of that part of our body too, to make sure that we can move through space easily. And we're going to kind of reverse this. So put your hands on the floor, tuck your toes under, pick up your knees just a little bit, and rock back against that big toe joint. Just rock forward and back, a little bit side to side. Feel the arches of the feet saying thank you already. And release the toes. Come on down. Fold yourself into the ground. Inhale. And as you inhale, touch your hands together. Exhale. Sink back down. I'm going to be back a little bit so that you can get my whole body in the frame, not just my belly. And down. So inhale up. And exhale down. And inhale up. So already your arms should feel like they're moving a lot easier than they did when we first began class. Two more. Inhale up, squeezing your glutes, and exhale down. And one more time. Inhale up, and exhale down. Come to all fours. Bring your knees directly underneath your hips. Bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Take your hands and push them into the ground like you're trying to make a handprint in wet sand. If you've got sensitive wrists and you really just can't do it, make a fist. Keep your wrist long and place the flat of your fist there instead. That's fine too. So corkscrew your upper arm into your shoulders so you support yourself through your shoulders. Inhale. And as you exhale, starting from your tailbone around your back. We've already done this, right, in that seated position. So this should feel like you can get a little bit bigger now. As you inhale, go the other direction. How far can you go into extension? Stay nice and supported here. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Two more times. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Make it a little bit bigger. Squeeze it a little bit more. And now come to neutral. Neutral just means, how do I look when I'm standing in my best posture? So ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips is what we're looking for. Your natural lumbar curve should be there. The upper back should not be exaggerated. So pull those shoulder blades together, press those shoulders down. And you're going to take one hand, push it a little harder into the ground. Take the other hand to the back of your head. Touch your elbow to your forearm. keeping this arm long, and open up. You may not go that far. And inhale. Push the hand down hard. And inhale. Feel all that really good work happening in your postural muscles right now. And inhale. And let's do one more. And bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Switch sides. So touching down, pushing down through the hand to open up. And pushing down, and open up. And think about all the weird places you might be holding tension right now. I just noticed that my toes were totally squinched up. I don't need that tension. Where am I going to put tension instead? I'm going to send energy through my hand into the floor. I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades to help me rotate. Let's do one more time. I'm going to keep my belly button pulled up against my spine. Those are all good places to have tension. And release. Put one hand in front. We're going to go the other way. So slide your hand underneath, come to the back of your shoulder. Oh my God, delicious. Am I right? And switch. Switch. Just for a second. Really mobilizing through your shoulders. Helping your upper and mid back make some rotation. And it feels really good, right? And come on up to your knees. You're going to take one leg forward. Ankle is slightly in front of the knee. You're going to squeeze your glute and tilt your pelvis under. So when I do those two things, I'm not going very far. I'll give you a chance to do that in a minute. Right now, I'm only going as far as that's going to take me. I feel a lot of tension right here. So hand can be on this thigh for support for the moment. And I'm going to shift back. So shifting forward, raising one arm, and shifting back. Squeeze this butt cheek. Shifting forward, and shifting back. And let's do two more. So where is the best place to breathe out for you? For me, it's right there. You get to choose and start seeing if you can really bring that arm back a little bit more. And one more time. Good. Now stay forward. Let me turn a little bit to the side so you can see. You're going to shift the hips. They're already forward and tilted. Shift them to the side a little bit and reach to the side and release. So shift, reach, and release. Let's do two more. Shift and reach. Oh my goodness. And release. And one more time. And release. Now you're going to take this leg out to the corner. And as you guys know, this is my favorite one. So we're going to shift the knee over the second and third toe and then diagonally back. I'm not going totally into a hamstring stretch, but if you want to flex the ankle there a little bit, you can. And really try and shift this hip backwards. You're going to feel the ankle moving as you go forward. You're going to feel a stretch through the hamstring, through the inner thighs, through all the little muscles that stabilize your hip. And let's do two more. Oh my. And we are halfway done with class, if you can believe it. And one more. I know that I cannot believe it. Okay. Come back to the leg being in front. This time you're going to take it a little bit bigger and you go as far as is good for your body. So you're going to shift your foot forward just a little bit more. You're going to shift your knee right on top of that ankle. I've really got to squeeze my butt cheek here. And then I'm going to drop it down just a little bit more and reach my hand toward the ground. Keep your spine really long. If you have to round your back, I want you to stay up on your thigh like so instead. Squeeze this butt cheek as much as you can. So you're going to pull it back just a little bit like we did diagonally. You're going to do it straight on. And shifting. So a little bit longer stretch. Through the hip flexors, through the quads, starting to feel. 2 more like this. Delicious on this side too, the hamstring. 1 more. Good. Tuck your toes. Option to stay here. Option to lift the knee, press the heel back against that arch, and put the knee back down. And 3 more. If it's too intense, don't worry about it. Keep the knee on the ground, just hold. 2 more. And 1 more. That's a lot of work, isn't it? And bring that down. Put your hands down. Bring both knees to the floor. Find child's pose and just hold and breathe. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. And deep breath in. And deep breath out. See if your breath is coming a little bit easier, if you're able to make it a little longer at this point. And see if the benefit of that exhale is actually kind of growing in what it can do to relax your muscles. And release. And come back up to your knees. Before we go to do the other leg, take your arms out, pull your belly button against your spine, squeeze your glutes, exhale, lift through the waist, and keep your hands right where they are. They're just moving because your torso is moving. See what happens when you rotate. What's going to happen to this hip? You should feel a little opening. Raise this hand, and let's reach both hands to the back corner of the room. You're a little bit not that supported, so you really have to support here. If you need to, you put your hand here. Bring the hand down, bring it back to the corner, and bring it center. So rotating, keeping it really tight in the middle, and reaching over. Squeeze this butt cheek as hard as you can. Bring it center. And bring it down. Beautiful. Bring the arms forward and back. Forward and back. I'm going to face this way to set up the second leg. So, 1 foot forward. Ankles slightly in front of the knee. Squeeze your glute. Tilt that pelvis under and press forward so you feel tension right there. As you squeeze and press and tilt, you're going to raise the arm ear height. Squeeze your butt cheek as hard as you can. What I love about spending a good amount of time on my breath and just slowly moving through my body like this is whatever the laundry list of crap that I walk into the room with, a lot of it falls by the wayside within an hour because a lot of the things that we're stressed about, in actuality, that we're ruminating on, don't need to be there in our brains. So when you can focus only on yourself, your muscles, 1 more, and how all that feels, then you can let some of the other stuff go. Stay forward. Let me turn sideways. So you're in this shifted and tucked position. Shift your hip over. Reach side. Press the front foot into the ground for support. And release. So tuck, shift forward and side. And release. And you notice one side of your body works way better than the other side of your body on some of these moves. And 1 more. That's totally normal. My goodness, yes. And release. Take your leg to the corner, hinge over, support yourself with your hands and shift your knees forward and back. So your knee goes over your second and third toe. Keep that alignment, that's important. I'm going to bring my foot a little closer to me so that as I shift forward, I still feel a little work happening in my ankle. But that's because I'm really tight there. 1 more. And 3. One more time. And come back up. Let me turn sideways again. Take your ankle a little bit more forward now. Shift into that. Hands can be on your thighs. So now you're trying to lengthen through your hip flexors. If this is where you are, it's fine. Otherwise, we're going to drop down to the ground. Lift your hips back a little bit. And now squeezing this butt cheek, bring the hips towards the floor. So keep this shoulder nice and low and away from your ears. Notice that you are stabilizing through that shoulder. 4, 3, I miss my front row of people to tell me if I'm forgetting something. 2, you can send me a comment if I am. And one more time, Lynn, can I move to my right? Yes, I can. Just a moment, babe. Thank you. Too many cameras going. Tuck your toes. If you'd like to, just stay here. If you'd like a little bit more, squeeze your quads and release. And 3. And 2. Oh my goodness. And 1. And bring your hands down. Find child's pose. Bring your hands completely to your feet. And stay right there. Deep breathing in, deep breathing out. And enjoy. Let your forehead kind of rock a little bit side to side on the floor. Give your forehead a little massage. Excuse me. Allergies. Pretty bad season for it in the midst of everything else. One more deep breath in. And big exhale. Beautiful. So the next couple of things we do are going to build a little bit of heat in your shoulders. And then we're going to just sort of work our way back down to the ground. So what I want you to do is your forearms look like the number 11. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Fists press into the ground like you're making a big hole in the ground. Find plank. So option on your knees, option on your toes, option to stay. Or we're going to lift your hips. Reach your heels towards the ground. Press your chest back. Exhale. And bring your shoulders back over your elbows. So stabilizing through your whole core, your back is actually really working here as your hamstrings stretch out. Your shoulders are working. And but guess what? Your back, your butt, all that, your shoulders, part of your core. That's right. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Put your hips on the floor. Stay right here. Untuck your toes. Put your palms on the ground and lift your chest. So your back is working now. Squeeze your bum as hard as you can. But while your back is working and your glutes are working, the front of your body is opening up. Shoulders have to still stabilize. Drop your chin and hold. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 2 more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And 1 more time. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Drop your chest. Push yourself back into child pose. Okay, 1 more little thing like that. And then we're going to lie down on our backs for a second. So if you have wrist or shoulder issues, I want to do the exercise that we just did with your forearms on the floor. I'm totally okay with that. Otherwise, hands underneath your shoulders. Push out the plank. I want you to press your hands down. Like again, you're making a handprint in wet sand. Drive your hips up. Press your chest back toward your thighs. And now shift your body forward. Bringing your shoulders right over your wrists. Squeeze your glutes. So up, enjoy the stretch in the back of the legs and enjoy the strength everywhere else. And slide forward, squeezing the side of your back, right underneath your armpits. Squeeze your glutes right here. And let's do 2 more. See if you can deepen your breath. And 1 more. And from here, drop to your knees, drop to your forearms, drop to your hips. Plant your hands on the ground. I have my cameras in 2 different places today. It's a problem. Deep breath in. Big exhale, drop your chin. Deep breath in. Big exhale. And 1 more time. Lift your chin. And drop all the way down to the ground. Place 1 hand on top of the next. Place 1 cheek on that hand. And give it to gravity just for a second. Let your legs flop open. Let your shoulders release. Let your chest press into the ground. Let your belly press into the ground. Pubic bone pressing down. And on your next breath, take your head in the other direction. Okay. Come to a sideways lying position, face me. Pull your knees right up to your chest. And just relax your head right here on your arm. Beautiful. Take your hand to your shoulder. Open up, and now we're going to extend this arm and leave it there. And try to get those shoulder blades on the floor. Pull your belly button to your spine and rotate back in. Open up, and if you'd like to, this hand can go on your thigh. Exhale, tighten the belly right up to your spine, bring the elbow back forward. As you're starting to open, if you notice that your shoulder blades are touching the ground, and you can get the back of your hand to touch the floor without a ton of effort, go ahead and keep that arm long. So using your back muscles to bring you to this open position, and using the front of your body to bring you forward. So it's mindful. You're choosing how to make this happen. And 1 more. And 1 more open. Let's leave it here. If you want a little more stretch in the hip, extend the top leg and leave the foot on the floor. If you can't get the foot on the floor, you got to keep that knee bent. That's okay. Hip bone is pressing down away from the rib cage. Both shoulder blades are hopefully on the floor, and if you'd like, take your face to face the back hand. Palm is facing up. You have a lot of stretching here. All the little muscles in your hip. Big, thick tendon all the way down the side of your thigh. Obliques, lower back. Chest, front of the shoulder, all on the same side of your body. Deep breath in. Big exhale. Bend the top knee if it's straight. 1 more time, deep breath in. Big exhale. Reach around, grab your top knee, pull it to your chest, and come to laying down on your back. Adjust if you need to. Tailbone is heavy, hands on your hamstrings. And now lift your tailbone and just massage your lower back on the floor. Oh my goodness, how good did that feel? So good, we're going to do it on the other side. Drop your tailbone back to the floor. Pull your knees to your chest. Rock them away from you this time. Hand can be under your head, in front of your chest, or on your top leg. Other hand on your shoulder again. Using your back muscles to open your shoulder blades towards the floor and your chest towards the ceiling. using your abdominal muscles to pull you back over to the side. So inhaling and exhaling. Notice we're not really holding this position yet. So each repetition should feel like it's getting a little bit bigger and you're having a little bit more range of motion available. And let's do 2 more. Fight or flight response. Are you breathing? And one more time, holding it open. If you'd like to, you can extend that leg. Don't feel like you have to. Hip bone reaches away from your rib cage. Both shoulder blades are on the floor. Face faces your fingertips. And just breathe. Inhaling as deeply as you can. Exhaling, pulling that belly button right up against your spine. So again, hand can be here if you need. Inhaling. Exhaling. Make sure I don't run out of time. And let's take 2 more. And let's take 1 more. If your leg's extended, bend the knee. Bring your hand over. Pull your top knee to your chest and let that bring you back to your back on the mat. Take your hands on your knees and just leaving your tailbone on the floor. Draw big circles around inside your hip. Your lower back is probably not touching the ground. And if you're engaged in your abdominals enough, your whole core, not just your abs, then your lower back is probably not touching the floor and it's stable. And let's go the other way. Okay. I have so many other things that we could do, but we're going to start working our way back to how we began. So roll to your side, come to sitting, and face me. Find your letter S position. We're going to play with this for a second. You're going to take one hand, this hip goes towards your shin as you reach forward. And now you're going to reach just in front of the knee. And now you're going to reach behind the knee. You notice you get a little bonus stretch there. Deep breath in. Come to your forearms if you'd like. Big exhale. Reach out if you'd like. Deep breath in. Big exhale. And one more time. Walk your hands to your knee. Lift your back knee up. Rotate around into your other S position. So again, when finding our positioning, let your hip reach towards your shin. Reach one hand forward, kind of in front of the ankle-ish. And release. Reach over the knee. And release. Reach behind your knee. Stay here. You can stay propped up on your hands. You can come to your forearms. You can reach your front arm back out a little bit. Just drop into gravity. Squeeze this butt cheek just a little bit. Feel the front hip. Feel the front of the back hip. I'm feeling all through the side of my body here. Big, juicy stretch. And slowly walk your hands in. come to sitting. So if you need a pillow or a block to put up underneath your glutes, feel free. But before you do, first, I want you to just sit on your sits bones in your best posture and see if you can sit just a little bit more comfortably than you could, 50 minutes ago. Yeah. So your posture should feel like, even though we haven't done a ton of work, your postural muscles should be holding you up really easily at this point. Your hips should feel a lot looser. Your shoulders and neck should feel a lot looser. So inhaling, as you exhale, drop your chin and just see what happens compared to what it happened 50 minutes ago. Inhale the chin up, ears float above your shoulders. And take one ear over. Shoulders are still. Let's make that bigger, hand into the ground, sits bones into the ground, and find length through the side of your body. All of this should feel easier than it did before. And come back up. Exhaling, reach into your chest. Inhaling. Exhaling your ear to your shoulder. And making that a bigger move, pulling back in your belly, pushing into the hand, reaching through your fingertips. And exhale. Beautiful. Give yourself one little twist to the side, push against your thighs, sitting up tall. Another little twist to the other side. And come center. Knees to your chest, hands on your shins, sitting up tall. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let those knees walk open. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. So I want to thank you for playing my game today. Again, one of the first things that we need to control before we can control the chaos around us is how we react to what's happening around us. And one of the best ways to make sure that you're reacting in your calmest and smartest way possible is to keep your emotions in check. And this is one of the best ways that I personally know how to do that, is mindful movement with deep breathing and allowing myself to feel good for the hour. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back on Friday at 9:30 with body weight conditioning. I hope to see you there. A little bit of a different class, and I will see you guys later. Thank you. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you, guys. Have a great day, guys.